Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and today it's well, not quite the day of full release, but Tabs has fully released finally. That means 2 new maps, 2 new factions, 2 new secret units, and a few new things in the unit creator, and hopefully they will keep on updating the unit creator with more and more stuff. But for now, I've done a battle on undead Romans versus the new forces of darkness. Well, using some of the new units in the evil faction, and so now I'm doing living Romans versus the forces of good. That's just pretty much the extent of it. I mean, the faction is quite literally called good, so they are the forces of good versus the Romans. So with the Romans here, we are on the new map as well. Well, the other new map. This is the new map for the good side, unlike the new map for the bad guys. And so yeah, this is the new map. It looks pretty cool. It's all very nice. It's got some nice flowing waterfalls, etc. Nice in the sky. See clouds below us. But yes, this is where the battle will be taking place. And before I had the undead Romans just sort of attacking the forces of evil, this time I'm having the Romans defend, because why not? So on one side we've got the Romans, and I'll just cover the Romans quickly. We've got some legionaries on either flank, so we've got a centurion and a 5x3 deep of legionaries, followed up by 10 auxiliary archers, plus a signifier to keep them in place. In the centre here we have got Triari. We have got a 6x3 deep of Triari, followed by a signifier, the centurion, and then 6 velites, and it's the same on either side, defending, I suppose you could call this the main entrance. And then on the other side we've got exactly the same, 5x3 of legionaries, centurion at the head, signifier, auxiliary archers. Nothing too spectacular about that. Now, going up against them with the forces of good, I have just got forces of good because there's no real other divine, I suppose you could say, other than like priests from the medieval faction. So yeah, instead we've got these guys, and I don't really know the names of these guys. So we have got Celestial Aegis, I think it is, but basically these guys, they've got sort of like, I believe these are sort of like force fields, but I could be wrong. I want to say that they're a bit like force fields, a bit like shields, which is why I've put them at the front here, but again, these units have just come out, no idea what they do, so here they are. But yeah, we've got these guys at the front, and again all the way down here. And so yes, going up against the legionaries on the flanks, we've got smaller forces. We have got 2 of those guys at the front. We've then got who are these guys? Radiant Glaives are these guys back here. They've sort of got a sword and a weird speary swordy thing. Don't really know what this weapon is, but here it is. They got this thing. Bit like a chakram, I want to say, but I don't know. It's something weird. All I know is that they've got shears. We've then got Riotous Paladins or other at the back here. These guys have got a pretty cool ability where they sort of like jump up and then come down with their hammer. Pretty cool ability. And then behind them we've got some Devout Gauntlets. These are your cannon fodder basically of this faction, but yeah, they're these guys. So yeah, they're going up against the legionaries on the flanks, at least hopefully. I have a feeling that they'll actually end up just bleeding off into the main force going up against the Triari. That's just how Tabs works. These guys won't tend to go over here, they'll instead go here because these guys are slightly closer. So yeah, those are those guys. And then at the front here we've got some more Celestial Aegis, and then we've got behind them some more Devout Gauntlets. This is what, 12x3? Yeah, Devout Gauntlet, Celestial Aegis. And then behind them we've got some Radiant Glaives. They're just these guys back here. These guys, your little force of regular old soldiers. And yeah, they're going to be going up against the Triari. And I forgot to mention, we've got right at the back here, we've got the Legate and some Praetorians. Of course, who would have not seen that coming? But yes, there you go. So that is the forces. As we can see, the Romans, whilst they do outnumber them, they do have, like, the other forces have got over double the cost. So as you can see from the cost differences, that's why I'm deciding not to have as many good guys as I do the Romans, because my Romans are cheaper and they're probably not as good. So that's just how that's going to go. Also, one last thing I want to note beforehand. Oh, if I could not click off it. We have elephants now. That means we could do Carthaginian elephants at some point. which will be interesting. I can actually put Carthaginian elephants against Romans, because right now these guys aren't quite Carthaginian elephant troops. But yes, we can do auxiliary elephants as well for the Romans if we wanted to, later on when those guys hopefully get added to the unit creator. But there we go. So, without further ado, let's see how this goes, shall we? So of course the two forces are going to go in, and it looks like the forces on the flank are actually going for the forces on the flank. We're actually going to get these guys attack those guys, and the main force attack those guys. Brilliant! That's exactly how I wanted it to work out. So, these guys, as you can see, the force field guys, the Celestial Aegis, they have got these floating balls, and I believe these floating balls act as projectiles. And I think that also then therefore removes their force field, but I could be wrong. Looks like, yes, they are force fields, as I thought. But it looks like that has also killed the Celestial Aegis. Interesting. That could actually hinder their forces. But yeah, I believe these balls are supposed to fire at the enemy. But it looks like if their force field gets popped, they don't... Oh no, there they go. In go the balls. They're going to start getting blocked by the Triari, which is good. Looks like over here, yeah, again, these Celestial... Oh no, one of the Celestial Aegis has survived. Looks like their force field occasionally kills them. Not always. It looks like they weren't so lucky this side. Both of them did indeed die. Looks like a couple of Triari are coming forwards, but in they go. In they go. Don't think the Triari suffered any casualties from the Celestial Aegis. It looks like a couple of them have actually stayed alive over here. But in go the Triari, pushing in through the force field. Looks like in they go. Okay, so these guys do actually throw their projectiles. They're not just melee troops. Interesting, they're projectile troops. Get no idea how these guys work, so that's interesting. Looks like we've got a legionary pushing forwards. In go the paladins. Here we go. You see, there's their hammer ability. It's just cool. Look at it. The hammer just sort of comes down. And again on this flank. Looks like a couple of the Romans have actually been pushed out, which is interesting. The Divine Gauntlets are not having too much luck, I want to say, against the Triari. Looks like all of the Triari are actually engaged on this flank, though. We've got one Divine Gauntlet has actually come back here, trying to attack the Velites, who are missing some of their projectiles, which is not good. Same can't be said on this side, though. They have not managed to break through. Oh my god, that was very close to hitting that Centurion. Looks like, though, the Paladins are now getting involved, and the Paladins are the heavy hitters, so they're going to be... hopefully dealing the damage here for the good guys. Yeah, these guys throwing their weapons are actually, they've done quite well. Looks like there's only a couple of Triari left. The Triari are managing to block these projectiles, but it looks like there's only a couple of them left. How's it looking on the flanks? Looks like on the flanks, yeah, again, the forces of good are breaking through. Oh, very nice hammer attack there. Took out a couple of auxiliary archers and another one, throwing them everywhere. Looks like a couple of the Praetorians have actually been brought into the fight here. Not sure why. Probably a Celestial or a Divine Gauntlet was actually managed to get through here. But it looks like we've still got a Signifier, and it looks like he is actually stopping the Romans from pushing forwards. Although, I think one Triari has actually managed to push forwards, but he's getting assaulted by all sorts. He's just getting attacked by everything. Meanwhile, it looks like, yeah, the Romans on the flanks have been defeated. Yeah, some of them have fallen off the side. Looks like at least one Paladin has died, though, as well as a Divine Gauntlet has fallen off the side, and no doubt some of the others have fallen off the side, but looks like the Romans have actually managed to take down some of the Paladins, but not all of them. The auxiliary archers are dying. Yeah, no big surprise there. Looks like, yeah, both flanks have fallen. I'm not sure which side has actually come off better. I have a feeling this side has come off slightly better for the forces of good, but saying that, one of the Paladins has just fallen off the edge, another one's also going to fall off the edge. All three of them might actually fall off the edge because they were too excited to kill the auxiliary archer. Yeah, All three paladins there have just fallen off. It's just one paladin left. Okay, yeah, this side is definitely better for the good guys. For the forces of good, rather, I should say. Praetorian charged right the way through, dodged all of their attacks, and is now in the back lines. Looks like these guys back here, I've forgotten their names, the chakram throwing guys. Looks like those they're actually coming around this flank. Looks like the Centurion, though, having fun blocking all of those shots. Looks like the one Triari that tried to push forwards did not manage it. And yet here come remaining forces. It looks like we've actually also got a paladin coming for them as well. Back here, looks like the Praetorian Centurion getting stuck in. Hasn't managed to kill any of them yet. But the Praetorian is also coming involved. Here he is. Yeah, they're trying their best. Looks like they did manage to kill that paladin. Yes, that's one dead paladin. We've just got these last two paladins left then. The Velites hopefully are going to start whittling down these guys, but their shields are actually going to stand them in good stead. Looks like the signifier actually on this side has managed to die finally, so that means the Romans can actually push forwards if they can. Yep, going for a charge there, the Centurion. Going for it. The Triari, though, probably not going to have as much luck. Oh, looks like one guy has fallen off the edge there. Don't know how you fell off there, but there you are. He's fallen down. And then over here, yeah, just these guys are going to start pushing forwards. How's the Praetorians looking over here? Looks like the Praetorian Centurion and the regular Praetorian are both still alive. Although this guy is about to fall off the edge. Yeah, great job there, Roman. Yep, he's just died. He's just fallen off the edge. Brilliant, brilliant Praetorian. Wonderful. Does he manage to take... He does not manage to take the Paladin with him, unfortunate. Paladin also is not dead, I don't think. He's got a... Oh, that's a Velite back there. Okay, one of the Velites has managed to be brought into the fight here to annoy this Paladin. Now it's just a one-on-one. Go on, Praetorian Centurion. Look at this. Battle for the ages. No! No, the Praetorian. No. Down he goes. The Paladin smacked him with his hammer. Did not do well for him. Looks like the Velites, though, it is a bit of a... it is a bit of a ranged weapon off, I have to say. Who's going to win? Guys with throwing chakrams versus... I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Chakrams? Chakram? Chakrim? Who knows? But spears versus weird throwing circle things. That's the question. Who's gonna win? Weird circle throwing things have actually got more people, I think, so they might win. But otherwise, it's just going to be a bit of a... otherwise, it's just going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out play there, isn't it? Paladin, though, I don't think this lone Velite is really going to do much. That's quite a good aim spear, though. Passes through his legs. Really. Really. Goes right through the legs of the Paladin. Brilliant. Well, Velite, I do have to say, you might actually be alive. You might be alive. I was going to say you might be dead, but the Praetorians on the flanks here might actually be able to help you out there. Over here, though, the Velites. No, they've managed to take down one of the Velites there. Yeah, we just saw him die to the throwing circle things. Looks like some of these guys are actually dying, though, to the Velites. The Velites are slowly whittling them down. It's a war of attrition, I think, at this point. Oh, Velite, his shield manages to block it. His shield does indeed block it. In goes another spear. Oh, hits him direct. Very nice indeed. Paladin, though, about to get involved. That's going to put a spanner in the works for these Velites. I mean, there's, what, 7 of them left? No, 8 of them left. Yes, there's 8 of them left. 4 on each flank. And it looks like they've managed to kill off another one down there. They are slowly taking them down. They are actually slowly dealing damage. As the shields just get battered constantly by throwing things. Looks like the Praetorians, though. Praetorians now getting involved. Yes, the Velite did die. The Praetorians did not manage to get involved with the Did not manage to get involved with the paladin quite quick enough, but they have managed to kill down the paladin. They have managed to kill the paladin, which means the Romans might actually be in with a chance. Paladin over here, getting involved. Is he going to use his ability? Call down a big hammer of light from the sky. Don't know, he pushes out with his shield. And he manages to kill off a Velite. Another Velite dies, I think, to one of the throwing things. And yeah, the Velites are probably not going to be able to kill a paladin by themselves. It's going to be down to the Praetorians. But where are you guys going? Oh, I know exactly where you're going. You're going for this paladin who's stuck over here. That's where you're going. Well, those guys won't get into the fight for a bit then, whilst they go and deal with that. Velites, they're doing their best. Interlocking shields, doing their best formations, but down goes one, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm sorry, Velite. You are dead. You are very much dead to that hammer. Yeah, that's bit overkill, I do have to say, Mr. Paladin. But if it gets the job done, I guess. And you managed to block a spear from a Velite. Very good, very good. Looks like Velites have slightly been whittled down, though. They're not going to be able to kill all of these guys, though, I do have to say. The Romans, though, might still be in with a chance. They did manage to kill... Yeah, they did manage to kill the... Oh, for God's sakes, don't tell me. They did manage to kill the Paladin, but don't tell me that you're now stuck. You've just traded one stuck person for another. Honestly, Praetorian. Oh, no, he's rising. He's rising. He might yet still live. He managed to bring himself back up. Good, good. Right, just one Velite left, I think. Yes, the other one, I think, probably killed by the throwing guys. As in comes another two, or strikes him. But I don't think he... No, he didn't die from it. But he's going to die from that. Yeah, here he comes. And... boom. Yeah. Velite. Did you not die? Did you seriously not die from that? Oh no, he died from all of them though. He lived the hammer just to die from like 15 projectiles. Yeah, and here they come. Here they come. Here comes the rest of them. Right. Small amount of Praetorians and the Legate versus some throwy boys and a man with a hammer. Let's see how well this goes. See how well it goes. In goes the Praetorian, well, the first Praetorian. In comes another one. And, well, oh my god, the amount of blocks they just managed to do there. Yeah, looks like the Paladin did not die from the initial charge, and the Praetorian just took a big hit there from the hammer. Glancing blow there with the sword. Charges again, trying to get down underneath the sword. Oh, Praetorian just took a hit there. Oh no, from the Paladin. Here comes the hammer. Oof. Doesn't kill them. Definitely will have hurt them though. It's two Praetorians versus the Paladin. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Surely you can do this. Come on, there's two of you, one of him. In fact, there's going to be four of you before long, before these two Praetorians get involved. Come on, Praetorians, you can do it. Come on, surely. There you go. Finally, there you go. They managed to kill the Paladin. That's the last Paladin for the forces of good left, and it's just these throwy boys. There's four of them. Come on, Praetorians. They've surely got this in the bag. Even if all four of these Praetorians die, they've still then got to like get all the way over here, deal with these guys. Which, I mean, eventually these guys will then get involved, and then surely then they will be able to kill them. But yeah, just a couple of Praetorians. These fours should be able to do it for how much they can block projectiles. Indeed, in they go. In comes one of their reinforcements. These guys need to get up. Really, the knockback that happens when these guys impact shields, these projectiles impact shields, might force them back. Oh, as well as the act of blocking, but in he goes. In charges the Praetorian. Big hit. Doesn't kill though. Does not kill. He's charging over like bodies and shields. But he is indeed blocking. He is indeed blocking shots. Just the Praetorians left. Let's speed this up, shall we, to these guys. There you go. Now they're all actually involved. And looks like one Praetorian might have actually died. Yes, one Praetorian did indeed die. But will the other 3 die, is the question. It's a 3v3. That charge did not go well. He just sort of got caught up on his friend. None of the others are getting involved because, of course, the signifier is stopping them. Fair enough. There's a very small guy here. A very small guy for the Praetorians to try and kill. And kill them. Kill him they do. They do indeed. 3 Praetorians. Come on, boys. End it quickly. The forces of good, I don't think, are in with a chance now. It's just a case of how quick the Praetorians can kill them. Here they go. Oh, I thought they might have killed another Praetorian, but no, he just fell over. He just fell over. There's still 3 Praetorians. And there they go. So yes, the Romans just about managed to win that, but like with the Forces of Evil match, not sure if it constitutes a particularly great victory considering how much they outnumbered them. Yeah, considering how much the Romans outnumbered them, yeah, this was a bit of a Pyrrhic victory, I have a feeling. Yeah, I mean, the Romans did considerably outnumber them. The flanks just sort of didn't hold up. If these guys hadn't turned around to go back here like they did, and instead of pushed on over here, they could probably have easily killed the Romans, because that's what I thought they were going to do. I thought that the guys that I set up on the flanks would come forwards. If they won the engagement, they would have pushed forwards, up the stairs again, around this way, but they didn't really. I mean, some of them did. The Paladins did, but there was too few of them to really make a difference. If they'd come from this side as well, they would have split up the Praetorians and maybe done something. But the Tabs pathfinding AI didn't decide to do that. They instead decided to divert them around here to go for the main fighting. And yeah, this was quite a main fight. The Romans just about managed to win. They did. It looks like the Triarii are slightly better than the Divine Gauntlets here. Which, considering the Divine Gauntlets have got a price tag of 200 compared to the Triarii's 120, that's quite good. And of course the Velites is doing their slow attrition match against these guys over here. Yeah, and then the Praetorians eventually got involved. But yeah, you can see there's quite a few Roman bodies. There's also quite a few Divine, not Divine Aegis. There's still quite a few also gauntlets here as well. Yeah, that's quite the Roman bodies scattered around, especially on the flanks. There's very few considerable forces of good bodies over here. Obviously, some of them will have fallen off the edge. I think probably quite a few bodies have fallen off the edge since then. But there's still quite a few Roman bodies that have remained on here. And of course, down here there's just even more Romans. But yeah, this was just a silly battle. Forces of good versus Romans. Romans did just about win, but then if the numbers had been even, the Romans would definitely have lost this. Which, considering the price difference as well, you would expect that to also have affected them. But yeah, the Romans just about won through the day. Even though they probably shouldn't have done. But there you go. I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.